Alright, so first things first, I was just talking to you about this. I should apologize to the viewers in case I sound like shit, because I did something horrible to my back and it's taking a lot out of me. Mm-hmm. So I might sound short of breath or just kind of weak in general, but aside from that, we're still here to do this.
Yeah.
I said last time this would probably be the last reaction we were doing before E3, but this one probably actually is the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, I would be really surprised if there was another Direct between now and E3, because pretty much E3 is a little over a month away, so...
yeah, it's like the 16th or something.
Yeah,
it's
and they
really
don't
late in June this year for some reason.
Yeah, and they don't usually do a Direct that quickly after the last Direct, so...
If anything, they'll do one like...
They could do a tiny one right before E3.
Yeah, I think the one year they had a Direct right before E3, but that was a year they had a conference at E3, and I don't believe they're having a conference again this year.
Oh, right.
But I'm not entirely sure. I would
assume not, considering how effective their own stuff has been going down, you know? Last year was extremely successful.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody can...
Not even necessarily because of the Direct, but I think the Treehouse presentation is what really set the bar on that one.
Yeah. I don't know of any other companies doing it this year, but I think a couple of years of Nintendo doing this and doing it well, other companies are going to start, copying Nintendo on this.
Yeah, I could see the big developers like Capcom doing it, stuff like that.
Maybe.
I don't see Sony and Microsoft doing it because it's just going to be a third-party showcase. The third parties could just do it themselves.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, they could get it all together and shit like that, but I mean...
Right.
Yeah. Because, I mean, we do have some third-party stuff, with, Nintendo that we'll be expecting, like Devil's Third. That's third-party.
Yeah, they'll probably still cover third-party stuff they did last year, so...
Yeah. So it's like, yeah. But it's not the majority of the stuff. I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
Is that the majority of, if Microsoft or Sony were to do it, would be third-party stuff. And probably non-exclusive stuff, too. So...
something worth mentioning, because you probably haven't... Because you only just woke up, so you probably didn't read any of this. But the financial reports for the last fiscal year came out. I didn't read too far into them, but I did notice that they did in fact confirm that they are making more DLC for Mario Kart 8.
Oh, did they?
They're not done there.
Oh, cool. Which
I think some people were assuming it was just going to be those 2 packs. Some people were assuming they were going to be making more.
I was at the point where I can see either way.
Right.
I could see them stopping with these 2. I could see them continuing with these 2 because they were successful.
Yeah, I think they said, which this is actually on topic. I believe they mentioned Mario Kart 8, Smash Brothers, of course, and Splatoon when it came to supporting games with DLC after launch.
Splatoon for DLC.
I think they already confirmed that they were looking at that as an option, but they maybe not that they were absolutely going to do it. They did want to support the game after release.
Yeah.
And then there was a leak that I'm not going to go too far into it on this leak because honestly, GameXplain already did, and I'm going with their approach on it, where it's like it sounded more like a wish list than an actual leak.
Oh.
Now in that they did it. One of the things was they're going to show the first round of DLC in this Direct, and I was like, I don't know about that.
I could maybe see that. I almost also consider. There's a thing is I kind of almost considered the Splatoon amiibos to be the first round of DLC there. It's like amiibos are a form of DLC, so it's like, in a way, at least, it's kind of...
as for...
So it's like, I can see that alone just being support after release, you know what I mean?
Yeah. As for real quick, I don't think we really
I mean,
have
it is
predictions for this,
technically day one,
but we are really looking forward to this game, both of us. So,
Oh yeah.
I think it's just like I don't even have a list of stuff I want to see. I just want to see.
We just want to
stuff.
see it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we just want to see it. We don't know.
I hope it's
what to
not,
expect. I mean,
I hope it's
probably
not
gonna
just
see,
a
like,
rehashing of stuff we already know.
yeah, I'd like to see like some weapon details. Maybe like a tour of the Inkopolis or something like that. Here we go.
A lot of these title-specific directs I have not done reactions for because they weren't terribly interesting. Mario Kart 8 one was boring.
Video recordings.
The Mario Kart 8 one was boring. The Hyrule Warriors one was boring. I actually did do that, though.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We here at the Squid Research Lab are doing wonderful because later on we'll be filling you
Yeah,
in
and
on
it's
how you
all
get
themed
involved in our
too.
Squid
That's
research.
right.
But first, it's our job to present to you our findings on the ecological curiosities of this fascinating squid creature. Excuse me? There is no creature? Sorry about that. Here, please take a look. A really good look.
Immediately reminding me of Portal 2, Cave Johnson. It's like it's not the same guy, but it's just kind of the same attitude.
But this is no ordinary squiddy. This particular squid can in fact transform into a humanoid. Eureka indeed! In squid form, they can dive into and become one with their ink.
They should have gotten J.K. Simmons to do this. That would have been incredible.
That would have been awesome, of course.
Trust me, I'm geeking out too. I'm a scientist. That's all I can do. While we have officially named this breed of squid the Inkling, we prefer to just call them squid. Unsurprisingly, they each have a gender. There are Inkling boys and Inkling girls. And like more common squid, they can alter their appearance at will, including skin tone and eye color. For some reason, though, their hair-like tentacles seem to change color automatically in combat situations.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
Another curiosity. These squid apparently gain the ability to transform into humanoid form at the age of 14. In this bipedal
That, like,
form,
development
squiddy
chart.
move relatively slowly. But as a squid, they can swim through ink at high speeds. It's hardly worth comparing. They swim at nearly twice their running speed.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
This affects jumping too. The height they jump is equal in both forms. However, if they build momentum before jumping, their distance will significantly increase.
Of course.
Despite everything I know of gravity, matter, and science in general, they can also swim up walls when submerged in ink.
I went back and watched the original trailer for some reason. I don't remember why I did it. But the graphics have come a long way. Like, the graphics weren't very good at first.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm assuming.
You could tell it wasn't terribly far
Continuing
along.
this trend of odd
Yeah.
behavior, it seems Inklings only shoot ink in humanoid form. Using the Wii U gamepad controller's gyro sensor, one can alter which way they're aiming and make adjustments as they ink. Ah, ink flowing like a torrential waterfall. Science is beautiful. Glop some ink, hop in the ink, swim in the ink. This is the basic movement pattern of the Inkling. We barely dipped into this creature's odd behavior patterns. Let's dive a little deeper into this titillating batch of scientific goodness.
Alright.
One unique Inkling habit is to protect its habitat. Oh, the humanity, or the squididity. Inklings
Squididity?
goopy
Really?
seen as
Really?
a turf war. They split up into two teams of 4 Inklings each. Then they fight.
Describe
Why?
of the
To claim their
game
turf.
modes, I guess,
Or
right now.
At least they cover more of it than the other team in 3
Which I
minutes
believe
time.
we only know of
Their
two.
weapons of
So,
choice. Any
Well, we know
kind of
single
pieces
player,
have
we
massive
know
linkage.
the
Well-
2-player local.
there's
And
turf
the
war for
online.
there's turf war for
In the
online, and
3-minute
there's
round,
the
victor is determined by a
Oh, true.
like King of the Hill
mysterious
mode
named
too.
Yeah, that's right.
cat named
Judd.
who judges turf wars. Oh, science, how you amuse me. As does this curious.
I didn't know the cat actually had a name.
I knew he did, but I didn't think that's what it was. Maybe it was not
Once
localized
they step
until
into
now.
enemy territory,
Yeah.
they'll get stuck in their ink like a bear in a honey bath, except it's far less pleasant. In
Gosh.
fact, Inklings are so susceptible to foreign ink, getting hit by enough of it will cause them to spontaneously burst. It won't earn them any bonus points, but popping enemies will extend their turf.
I don't think that counts
Once
as
they pop,
spontaneous.
They don't stop.
No, it's not
Instead,
spontaneous
they'll
though, no.
respawn, allowing them to super jump. Tap on a teammate's icon on
No.
the Wii U gamepad map, and an Inkling will super jump to that location. This allows them to quickly get back into the action, right to the front lines of battle, or to support an ally deep in enemy territory.
I think you can also jump to the spawn
However,
point,
I've
but I
also
don't know
heard
why
that
you
less
would.
aggressive squid may
From the
prefer
look of
hiding
that
from others
Wii U
and
gamepad.
focusing on covering territory to increase their turf. Hide and go ink. It's a sound strategy.
I think you can only jump from spawn.
And points are
I don't know.
currently for using
Well, maybe it was just there to like label
That's
spawn.
not all pupils.
It looked
Your
like
points also determine
it was
how
another
fast
spot that you could
level
touch
up.
and jump to
Fascinating.
on the pad.
Squid are all about happening events.
It might just
especially
be
turf wars. And
labeling
here are a
it
few
now.
spots you'll find them. This strange location is called Urchin Underpass.
Oh, some of the
Here,
maps.
several areas are divided by
Or probably all of the
concrete
maps, knowing
walls. So
the way their
clever
direct
Inkling will
goes.
memorize the shape of the path between these areas.
I doubt there are
Should
stages to
especially
like
watch out
unlock
for
or
the path
anything, so yeah,
connected
we'll
to
Yeah.
probably see most of them.
It gets messy there. Next, we'll examine Salt Spray Rig. This danger zone is known for the large chasm between its high and low areas. Both teams will surely attempt to claim the large area on top to earn a victory from above.
That's a
That
nice
said,
map
If
there.
they're not paying attention to the lower area, the opposing team may turn the tides of battle covertly. Blackbelly Skate Park contains many wide open areas, so the battle takes place all over the map.
That second one so far looked pretty fun in comparison to the base that we've always seen,
It's
you
a
know.
race for
Right.
ownership of the same platform. If a team can manage that, they should be able to manage a win by
Oh
controlling the
shit,
higher
snipe
ground.
point. Yeah.
Walleye Warehouse is a close quarters map. Teams are locked in a tug of war on two sides of a series of obstacles. Arowana Mall jams both teams into a narrow area for intense matches. Looks like turf wars can break out just about anywhere. Like my chronic rash. Oh, yeah, right there. Moving along.
What?
Okay.
Although
Yeah.
Inklings are mere squid, I must say they are extremely fashionable. They'll wear hats, glasses, outfits, and shoes, collectively known as gear. Now, I'm no fashion expert,
Yeah.
but as a scientist, I'm utterly enamored by squid culture. My theory, these fashionable squid trends must stem from an urban habitat. Let's take a look. Here
Yeah,
it is,
Inkopolis tour.
Inkopolis. Fashion Central for a young squid kid.
What are those little, like,
I don't know, I was just gonna say that.
jellyfish sort of things? Are they jellyfish sort of things?
Inkopolis
Like, I
is
don't know what the hell they
That's sort
are.
of what they look
Like
like.
a weapon
Yeah.
shop and a clothing shop. Each one owned and operated by a charismatic shopkeeper. Now, take a look at that tower in the middle. The shopping area next to it is called Booyah Base.
Booyah babies.
Here, each shopkeeper represents a different section of marine life.
Uh-huh.
This one is
Yeah,
a
that's
clothing
jellyfish,
store,
yeah.
Jelly Fresh. It's a specialty shop for tops.
Jellyfish.
The store clerk, Jalonzo, has a unique speech pattern,
Jalonzo.
but he's popular with the squid kids, so I guess that makes him hip. Maybe that's why he wears a different t-shirt every day. He's got a rep to protect. Next up, the shoe shop, Shrimp Kicks. This
Gosh.
store is devoted to the fashion of
The
footgear.
NPCs, like, what the hell?
The store
Look at
is
the
owned by
shoes.
Dusty Sean, the tiger prawn.
He wears
He
4
loves
pairs of
shoes
shoes.
so much, he wears a different shoe on each of his 8 feet. Here's the headgear shop, Cooler Heads.
Oh,
In addition to
coral.
caps and hats, it offers glasses and other accessories too. Annie is the poster girl for this shop. She's a bit timid, but she has a huge following. A bunch of fan squid, if you ask me. Oh, and that's Mo. He sure has a
Mo.
sharp personality.
Oh, and he talks too.
And finally, this is the weapon shop.
Sheldon.
Ammo Knights. The store owner is Sheldon. This horseshoe crab is pretty much obsessed with all things military. Get him talking shop and he just won't stop. But his knowledge of weapons is definitely top-notch.
There's at least 6 weapons there.
Well, there's an arrow on the side.
There's an arrow,
The
so yeah.
assistant tells me that the variety of weapons and gear available at shops will improve as squid level up. Next, I'll lecture on some weapons his shop carries.
This is what we want to
There
see.
appear to be 3 major types of ink-based weaponry.
3?
For rapid fire inking, look no further than the shooter. For long distance projectiles, there's the charger. And to squash opponents while spreading ink, say hello to the roller. Now, let's review the signature weapons of each type.
So 3 classes, kind
3
of.
classes. Yeah, there's got to be
Standard
some
weapon.
differences within those.
It shoots rapid fire bursts when the button is held, allowing
Yeah.
squid to quickly cover a large area.
But 3 like loadouts, I guess. 3 different
This
loadout
weapon, the
types.
careful
I
Inkling
guess
will
it's
be
kind of
well-equipped
these.
to claim turf or
The way to go
take down
there.
foes. One such weapon is called the arrow spray.
Yeah.
It fires quick bursts, so its user can hose down a relatively large area in a short time. Speaking of short,
Okay, yeah, that
it's a
makes
short-range
sense.
weapon,
I mean,
so it'll make quick work
it
of
makes
nearby
sense to
targets.
do
Next,
a
I'll
variety
show you the
within
jet
a
vulture. It has the longest firing
within a
range in the
type
shooter category,
of
Right.
and a
category.
fairly effective sniping tool.
Within a type of gun. Instead of just having it all be
The last shooter
different,
of the day
you
is
know?
the blaster. It shoots bullets that explode into ink. Enemies may be caught in the blast, but a straight shot will easily wipe them out.
Oh, the shooters are my jam, I can tell.
Yeah.
Next, let's examine the charger.
I think the shooters are going to
requires
be
a short charge.
most people.
Then it'll dump ink everywhere in one massive
I think
shot.
both the chargers and the rollers are
It's
gonna be a
perfect
bit,
for soiling pants. I mean, distant
specialty.
enemies,
Take a
or
bit
for
more
spotting the
finesse.
land in linear
Yeah.
fashion.
I think that's I think that's how basically they design
This charger is
the shooters
easiest
are meant to
carry.
be for the most
Its
people.
charge is fairly time-consuming, but its firing range is impressive. This is really going to be... Yeah, that had to hurt. Relatively speaking, of course. I mean, oh, ouch again. This next one is the splatter scope. Some chargers like this feature a scope.
Oh, a
making it
scope?
easier to
Oh,
aim
nice.
at distant enemies.
It's not bad. The
But
chargers
definitely
could be
not
fun.
least, the roller is a great weapon for advancing forward.
And I think
while
the roller's
turf
just going to be
and
fun to
steamrolling
just
opponents.
run and troll around
And it
with.
will spread
Probably.
ink all over,
In a-
splooshing any foe in an infinite
Splooshing?
perimeter. Sploosh. The dynamo roller is a prime example. It's a type of a roller that chugs along slowly
Gosh.
while deflecting incoming fire when shaken.
I think one of the design mantras for this game is making up words is okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 3 types we just showed you are all
Oh, they
main
didn't show
weapons,
us much for the rollers.
but there are sub-weapons and special weapons too. Together, a main weapon, sub-weapon, and special weapon make a set. To Squid, selecting a weapon set that suits one's battle style is of pinnacle importance.
Oh, and it looked like
Sub-weapons consume a
The-
relatively large amount of ink. The amount
even though it
depends on what
is
type
like
is used.
specific,
There
it
are
looks
9
like different
sub-weapon types,
forms,
including some
like
gadgets
different
and support tools that have the scientific community geeking out.
will
One
have
fine example
different
is
ones,
the
if that
suction
makes
bomb. It
sense.
sticks to walls and other surfaces, exploding shortly after.
Like that's not the only thing that a roller will have. You'll buy different rollers and they'll each have different sub-weapons.
Right.
And uses less ink,
So that's kinda
allowing
cool,
an
at
Inkling
least.
to throw them in rapid succession.
You can't tell unless you memorize what
The
they
point
have.
sensor is a support tool.
You can't just
Doesn't
tell
attack,
based
but
upon
it does locate sneaky
that.
enemies and shares that information with all teammates. The ink mine is another type of sub-weapon. It's invisible to opponents when
Did
it's
I
on the
only
ground,
just notice
detonating after
that?
a certain amount of time, or automatically when enemies pass by.
When you die, your little
The squid beacon is handy
your
too.
little like squid
Set one
ghost
down and
kind of
teammates
like
can
floats out of your
separate
body.
Oh, yeah.
I think I only just noticed that. I don't think I'd seen
And
that
finally,
before.
The disruptor doesn't damage rival squid, but it will slow them down a bit and lower their ability.
Like, that's a nice touch. It just floats back to base.
Yeah, it's like Pikmin style.
Special
Yeah.
weapons are perhaps the most intriguing of all. They can only be used after filling up a gauge by covering the ground with ink.
Killer whale.
The ink strike defies reason. Pick a
Yeah.
location on the Wii U gamepad map, and a rocket will be shot there, creating a fearsome ink tornado.
Gosh.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I know the
Here's
look
the
of
locator
weapons
is
I
great
like.
for locating enemies. For a limited time, it allows an entire team to see their foe's
Oh, that's nice
location.
too. That's certainly a
The
sniper
bubbler is
support.
Yeah.
self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It creates a protective bubble that deflects enemy attacks. Get near a teammate, and they'll
Bubbler?
get bubbled too.
Sounds like there's a bunch of really
Finally, the
useful
Kraken
Yeah.
turned
utility.
Inkling into a
Yeah.
giant invincible
What?
Oh
for a
shit!
while anyway. So,
Nice.
let's see. A main weapon, a
The
sub-weapon,
Kraken.
Final
and
Smash
a
material,
special weapon.
maybe?
Oh jeez.
It seems Squid always go
Yeah,
into
that
turf
could be.
war with a set of these weapon
True.
types.
Hell, the
Squid
the
battling proficiency
A lot of
isn't
those
just
would
tornado
work.
could be. Yeah. A lot of them could be.
Let's take a look at the area outside Booyah Base to find out more.
Yeah, I do wonder how the
Inklings
gear is
like
actually going to
gather here
affect the
because They're
game.
drawn to happening events. These particular squid are other players encountered online or via Miiverse. But if Inklings are one thing, it's fashionable. They've developed several brands of couture and enjoy mixing and matching styles to create their own unique look. Studying the different types of gear squid use offers some fascinating insight into their strategies. If a squid sees something they like, it can be special ordered.
Oh, and you can order anything from looking at other people's stuff. Oh, that's cool.
A closer look reveals icons on this gear. These denote what I like to call abilities. Each
That's
piece of
kind of
gear
cool
comes
because you
with
always end
abilities
up
that can
in
power up
many
and-
games where you end up
There are
like
many
looking
types
at
of
people's
gear
stuff and then
abilities.
it's like,
For example,
okay, where the hell do I
piece of
get
gear
that?
increases
Right.
ink efficiency.
Yeah.
The lucky Inkling who has it equipped will consume less ink than usual when using a main weapon. Other abilities include damage up, defense up, and speed up. Plus, more curious ones
Swim
like
speed.
the ninja squid and stealth
Ninja
jump.
squid.
The number of abilities each piece of gear can have is based on its star count. The more stars it has, the more slots. it
Looks
will
like they
have.
probably have like up to
Up to 4
3.
abilities can be equipped per
Or did he
piece of
say
gear.
4?
However, other than the first one equipped, abilities are assigned at random. Frequent usage of the same gear apparently generates more abilities to equip.
Oh,
In this way, Squid can level up a piece of gear to enhance its
Oh,
strength
that's
or
kinda
make
cool.
up for its weaknesses. And so, gear combinations can improve one's strategy. By the way, I suppose I should explain who this mysterious
a
fellow
sea
is.
urchin.
His name is Spike.
Gosh.
And somehow, he can increase the number of slots allotted to gear. That said, one can't make a request without a super sea snail,
Super sea snail.
and it won't always be easy to acquire one. If one does take advantage of his services, it may be possible to optimize the abilities of every single piece of gear. Oh, and remember, gear ordered in the plaza can be picked up from Spike.
It sounds like there's a good amount of depth there then.
Yeah, it does.
Wait,
What the
did
hell?
you see that? It looked like a peculiar old man was peeking out from that manhole. Or a squid hole? Aha! Let's see what happens.
Oh,
Is that the
my
solo stuff?
Science?
that's how you get to
Outdone
solo,
yourself.
I guess.
Who could have imagined
Yeah.
something like this existed underneath Inkopolis? I've heard this old manfish's name is Captain Cuttlefish.
Captain
Likes ordering
Cuttlefish.
Inklings to battle with octopi, it seems. And maybe it's the outfit, but that Inkling actually seems to be taking his orders and prepping for battle. Man, squid really are suckers. What's this? A tea kettle-like thing? If my calculations are correct, and I assume they are, that tea kettle is somehow connected to the octopi nest. No, you brave fool! Don't go in! Science tells us that the natural nemesis of the squid is the
Single player
octopus,
stuff looks
in
like
this
it
case,
could
the
be
octopus.
interesting at least.
But octopi will do.
Yeah,
It seems that
Might be
Captain
kinda
Cuttlefish
shallow,
ordered the
but-
Inkling to take
Yeah.
back the Zapfish stolen by the Octarians.
It adds to
There are many types of
kind
these
of the world,
octopi,
though, at least.
and they'll
That's
use
pretty-
whatever arms necessary to stop the Inklings. They do have plenty to spare.
I'm curious what you get out of it, I guess.
I don't know.
Just
You
look
might
at
get
all those
gear.
gadgets.
You might get.
And gizmos
It might just
and
help in terms
thingamajigs.
of.
To survive them, Inklings
Training,
must
I guess,
shoot in
maybe,
human form
you know.
and use their squiddy navigation prowess to circumvent them.
Although
Sneaky
obviously
little
some of this
suckers.
stuff doesn't exist in multiplayer.
Right.
Like the ink route would be interesting in multiplayer. Invisible floors. Gosh. Yeah. Oh shit! Now that would be
Captain
interesting in
Cuttlefish is
multiplayer.
expert advice. They may
The
just
flutter.
get back that zapfish. Depending on their location, some octopi may move like squid when they attack,
Oh, there's octopi version.
or they may be a bit
Yeah.
more powerful.
Oh gosh.
Or worse, gigantic weaponized squid boss, anyone? My research indicates that items can occasionally be found in the middle of an area. For instance, this armor increases an Inkling's durability.
Music in this game sounds so
There are other helpful
wacky.
items too, like
It
the
does.
bubbler or other special weapons.
Not that that's a bad thing.
And
It's
these
just
are
very unique.
scattered all over.
Oh, that's
They're
very
called
good. Yeah.
Power eggs.
Yeah, I was wondering what those were
Apparently,
for.
power eggs power up your weaponry. For this reason, it's a good idea for any squid worth his tentacles to collect as many power eggs as possible.
Does that only affect in single player, or is that
However, of all the
multiplayer?
items out there, we at the Squid Research Lab are most interested in these, the sunken scrolls. One scroll is hidden in each stage, and each one reveals another piece of this world's mysterious past. As I've stated previously, squid are all about big events. The Squid Research Lab proudly presents a live
What?
performance by the Squid Sisters. The Squid Sisters are a new hit group comprised of Callie and Marie. They're the hottest stars in
Wait,
the
what's
Inkling
happening?
world.
Yeah. It's like what?
I'm confused.
Yeah. I don't know what this is about. It's like what?
That was something that happened.
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Is that an
Science
intermission,
never
I guess?
And neither can
Yes.
I.
Yeah.
Right now, you're looking at the second floor of Inkopolis Tower. It's the Battle Dojo. Here, Inklings can compete in local multiplayer
Oh, we're at the local.
skirmishes,
Yeah.
play against friends casually, and practice to perfect one's skills for online battles. The goal? Elementary. To deflate the most balloons and egos. 1 point is awarded per pop balloon. But taking damage will subtract some points.
Mm.
Points earned during the last minute are
I'm kind of
doubled.
whatever on
That
this
way,
mode.
underdog
Yeah.
victories are abundant, as are total stompings.
I don't see much of a point to it, I guess.
In this mode, one player
Yeah,
uses the gamepad,
it's not
while another plays on the TV screen
nearly as
using a
exciting.
different input
That's the
device,
thing.
like the Wii U Pro controller.
I feel like it's something they
After
put
earning
in
their
just
tentacles
for the
in
sake of
Battle
having
Dojo,
it.
a combat
Yeah, I
squid
think
may
so.
want to swim onto the World Wide Web to battle against opponents from
I
all
don't
over the
think
place.
most people that are looking to get the game were looking for a mode like
Look no
this.
further than
Yeah,
Inkopolis Tower
I don't
to
think
enter
so.
such an online battle. There are two types of online battles, regular battle and ranked battle. Regular
Ranked.
battle refers to the turf wars,
Alright.
detailed in research record number 5. In this mode, the winning team is decided based on the amount of area covered in their ink. After each match, players are shuffled between the two teams like the motion of
Oh, really?
shadows, randomly, in other words.
Oh, that's
In
good.
this mode,
I didn't know there was a
teams can
shuffle
join friends who are
on
already
that.
playing online. As always, teams are chosen at random, so they may end up as bitter rivals.
Ah,
In online
I see.
battles, wise squid will notice
Yeah.
that certain weapons offer key advantages in certain stages.
See, I was worried that they wouldn't let you join off friends at all, worried that you would stack teams.
To the battle at hand.
Yeah.
So I guess
but the
random
randomization-
helps that then.
These stages
Yeah.
change out every 4 hours,
And this is just
giving
in.
eager
This
Inklings
is
a reason
basically
to
for
fight
fun
throughout
mode
the
though
day.
too.
In fact, a new
Looks like
will
they have the
announce
4
which
glory
squid
mode
is
too.
Available for play when they change out, allowing
And in that
clever
you can
players to pick the right
probably
weapon set for their
stack
current
teams.
situation. The other online mode
Yeah.
is called
So I think they were
Ranked
just saying that you'll only see
There's
certain
more than one
maps
way
and
to
then
play
it
this
rotates
mode,
every few
including
hours.
Splat zones, where squid
I don't know, I
players
didn't hear
and
that.
fight for control over a specific portion of the stage. Whichever team holds on to this area longest wins the match.
Oh, it's like point
Because
defense.
both
Yeah.
teams are drawn like magnets to this one area, these battles are incredibly fierce by nature.
Yeah.
In ranked battle, players are rated based on skill, and skill alone. Ranks go up and down based on wins and losses, with ranks ranging from C- to A+ across 9 levels. That way, players of similar ranks can face off against each other. All
yeah.
right, here's where we separate the Inklings from the Squid Babies. You see, to participate in ranked battle, one must reach level 10 or greater. But
Right.
that's not all. One other condition must be met to play ranked battle, a global condition. All across the world.
Yeah, I
the more
remember them
players that reach
talking
level
about
10,
this.
The closer we'll get to reaching
What
an
is it?
exciting new event. At that point, ranked battle will be unlocked
They designed
for
it
the
so
world to
like
enjoy.
a certain number of people have to
Lab will
be
provide status
I
updates
see.
on
have to have it
the online
unlocked
event
before it
on
even
Nintendo's
opens.
social media channels,
Oh, right.
including its official Tumblr account, SplatoonUS.tumblr.com, and on the official website, Splatoon.Nintendo.com.
That makes sense. That way it starts with enough of a base of people
Right.
where the ranking can actually work right.
Yeah.
Now, for what is quite possibly the most startling revelation of
Because
all,
otherwise it might not
soon,
work
Inklings
right
the world
if you
over
gotta
will have tons of
wait for
exciting
level
events
10
to look
and
forward to.
people would just rush
It
to
all
level
starts after
10,
the
go
launch
right
of
into it,
Splatoon.
you know.
With various elements being powered up with free content, you won't know what to expect. But you
Free
will know to
updates.
stay tuned for what's
That's
happening and what's coming. Sometimes new stages will be added to the mix. The initial selection has plenty to wrap your tentacles around. But soon after launch, some far more technical stages will be added.
Nice.
So they're already
wow.
working on a ton of stages.
Yeah, apparently, like, there was like at least 8.
Ink brush.
Ink brush. Oh yeah, that's right.
This
We've seen that
roller-type
a
weapon
little
looks
bit.
like a paintbrush. But the only art it specializes in is turf war. Eventually, new gear will be added as well, including clothes and shoes. These events will also usher in new rule sets for ranked battle. The next to arrive is called Tower Control, and by science is it interesting. Stand on the tower in the center of the stage, and it will start moving on a rail toward enemy
What?
territory. The team
It
who pushes
moves?
through the tower and to the goal first wins.
Oh, so it's like payload,
The poor Inkling on the tower
Yeah.
will be a constant target for the
That's
which
gonna be like
which is
payload.
great because I love payloads. So
Yeah.
bring it on.
Must be punished for
It's-
his actions, and his allies
Yeah, but
must
that's a pretty cool version of payload, having it
Yeah,
move.
it is.
Having a tower like that that moves.
Called Rainmaker.
It's like that's pretty
So
cool.
far, my research is inconclusive.
What the
but
hell?
I must have called it that for some reason. Making it rain, baby. Making it rain. Oh, yeah. Moving along, August is when the competition really heats up. with
Huge
the
first
major
launch
event.
update event.
This
Okay.
new event will add in 2 additional matchmaking options.
Oh, really?
More and more players master the strategies, weapons, and stages of turf war and ranked battle. The first allows 4 friends to team
Ah,
up and search
okay.
online for another team to battle against.
Ah, okay, cool.
Sure.
And the second option will gather 8 friends together to wage custom
Right.
online battles.
That's cool,
enabling
too.
players to choose any
Yeah.
stage and any rule set they want. This will be perfect for settling old scores or starting up new rivalries with seasoned squid buddies. Sounds tasty. As you can see, there are tons of exciting events coming post-launch.
And this is all free DLC at this point.
Mm-hmm.
It's my understanding
I don't know
that
if they're
the
gonna
fun
do any
doesn't end
charge
here.
DLC.
At the corner of this plaza, we've discovered a classic
amiibo?
arcade machine. Let's
Oh.
take a look.
No. I thought they were gonna show that. What the hell?
Eureka! This 8-bit style. Oh, the nostalgia. This game within a game
What?
is called Squid Jump. It's a simplistic mini-game where all you have to do is jump your way to the top. But it can be quite exciting to go for a high score. It's a fun diversion for any squid waiting to be matched for an online battle.
Oh,
Speaking
so
of
pretty
fun,
much,
Here's another
Yeah.
way to play.
Time waste.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. The
Amiibo.
amiibo.
There's an
Oh,
Inkling
okay.
girl,
It doesn't. It's you tap it and then it shows up.
an
Okay.
Inkling boy,
I thought it was like random as to which
and
one
an Inkling
would show up.
Amiibo too.
Slippy.
Each one offers 20 different missions.
Inky. Okay, so they are all different.
What the hell is that noise?
You take on stages in Octo Valley with only
Okay, so the girl is Charger.
The Inkling boy
Keep hearing some clicking on the other side of the room. We'll have to investigate once this is over.
And the Squid amiibo delivers a formidable mix. Both
Oh, the
action
squid's a
challenges
mix. Okay.
and limited ink challenges. Sounds challenging.
Yeah.
Upon clearing
That's
missions,
interesting,
you
yeah.
will acquire special gear. And if you complete all of the missions, you can unlock an additional minigame.
What the hell is that? That looks like
Minigames
Predator.
can be swapped and played at any time, or while you're waiting to be matched.
Oh, you can unlock these mini games from the amiibo.
Jeez.
Squid beats.
Oh, I almost forgot to divulge the most scientifically
Shit.
relevant portion of my reports. Splatfest. Remember the Squid Sisters?
Oh gosh.
It seems they're not just pop stars. They're also the host of a news program that announces events that add in new maps and break battle-related news, including Splatfests. Splatfests are very special events that happen in Inkopolis.
Really?
Players all across the Americas will be divided into 2 teams. Players ally themselves with one of these 2 teams and battle it out. When the ink settles, the winning side will be determined based on
So
results.
it's Conquest from Smash, except
It's
actually
Conquest.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Cat fangirl, cat fanboy.
Splatfest.
Dog fanboy, dog fangirl.
Your final ranking at the end of the Splatfest may earn you that special
It's basically
item you mentioned
tournaments.
earlier, the
Yeah.
Super Sea
It's like,
Snail.
yeah.
For this, you can ask Spike.
Oh,
to
I was
Oh,
wondering how
here's
you
the-
got those.
Yeah,
The
there we go.
Splatfest will take place from Saturday, June 20th.
Yeah,
at 6
yeah, they're
a.m. to
Conquest.
Sunday, June 21st
Yeah, it's
at 6
Conquest,
a.m.
yeah.
Pacific time.
It's Conquest slash
Which do you like
actual
better,
like tournaments.
Cats
Yeah.
or dogs? Squid is not an acceptable response, sadly. The
Oh.
real question is, are you Team Cat or Team Dog? If you belong to the winning side, you'll be rewarded with a Super Sea Snail. Remember, Splatfest happens on an irregular basis, so stay tuned. Well, it seems we're reaching the point where the human mind simply cannot handle any more squid-related info. However, I expect you all would like to know how you can conduct your own research. So I have one more major announcement. Thank you. Thank you very much. The Splatoon Global Testfire is happening. Nintendo
What?
is holding a special event, a global celebration for science that will give players a taste of the action before Splatoon releases.
Demo?
After this announcement, we'll release a free demo version of this.
Yes.
Splatoon
You know, this was
Global
rumored.
Testfire on Wii U. This
Nice.
software will allow you to test fire Splatoon globally at these specific dates and times.
What? Dates and times
Speaking of,
only.
During this event, Nintendo will be hosting a live stream where staff from the Treehouse will play the game. But they're not the only ones playing. Researchers from our lab will join the battle wearing a lab coat costume. So if you see one of us in your match, it might be me. So take it easy. Apparently, players who pre-order or purchase Splatoon at GameStop will receive a code for
Of course,
Free.
GameStop.
DLC costumes for use in Super Smash Bros. for
Oh,
Wii U.
jeez.
This offer is
Oh,
available
gosh.
for a limited time. So don't miss your chance. And stay tuned for more info. I'm making a mental note now.
I wonder if that kills the chance of them actually putting
It
Inklings in
seems my
Smash.
research concludes here,
Yeah,
Squid
that's the only
fans. It's my
thing.
dearest wish that you are now as dedicated to Squid education, appreciation,
Yeah.
and combat as I am. See
Maybe.
you at the Testfire event. Good day to you all.
So, wait, I didn't catch
wait.
everything on that demo. So they're releasing it now, but you can only play it at certain times, which
Yeah,
which I
it's-
guess makes sense because like I said, I watched that Game Explained video where they were talking about that leak, and they were basically saying that that was the only thing on the leak that actually happened was the fact
Right.
that there was going to be a demo at the end of the direct. And they even said then that they're going to have to do it so that you can only play it at certain times. Otherwise, some people will download the demo, and that's going to be enough for them. They'll never buy the full game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, yes. I mean, the thing there about the demo is I could see the demo being open during certain time frames, but only before the game launches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that it's only going to be basically 2 days is kind of like,
That might just be because that was this weekend. That might have been the only one they announced. It might be every weekend until launch.
Maybe, but that'd be a pain in the ass to find out when those are.
You have to read into that a little bit more, because that was a little confusing.
They did obviously confirm that the amiibo have different functions.
And I didn't catch all that. That's when I was getting distracted by whatever that noise was on the other side of the room, which I haven't heard since then.
Oh, okay.
So it must maybe it was like a bird pecking at the window or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, what happened there was basically that the amiibo girl is going to have charger-based challenges, so the sniper.
Mm-hmm.
The amiibo boy is going to have roller-based challenges. And the squid is going to have like a variety of challenges, kind of like limited ink challenge and like probably maybe like a time trial sort of thing as well.
Does that determine what gear you get too?
I think so. Yeah. I think there's a difference in the gear. I'm not sure what the difference is. Like, I mean, I think the way that the gear works in this game is that there's not really gear specific towards weapons. So I think
it didn't look like it, no.
I think it's pretty much cosmetic, and then you can work into whatever bonuses you want.
Right.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what it looked like to me too, yeah.
Yeah. So I would assume from the amiibo that, I mean, yeah, each one's going to have its own specific gear. Also, I think the minigame that you get is... I think there was 3 minigames from...
There was 4 of them, I think.
Yeah, and one of them, Squid Jump's going to already be in the game. And then the other 3 you unlock through amiibo, I believe. So basically each amiibo is going to be a different one of those.
I'm liking the idea. I'm liking what I saw on gear. Because, I was worried about gear being too
powerful.
Not only too powerful, but too, MMO-y. I think we talked about this in regards to Xenoblade Chronicles, a few weeks ago, about, it sucks to get gear that you actually like the look of, and then to find something better. But it looks like in this, you can find stuff that you like the appearance of, and then you can put whatever skills you want on it to make it
it looks like
good. So
yeah, it looks like for gear that basically you're shopping for gear for the cosmetics, and then from there you're kind of customizing over time on what are the bonuses on that gear over time. So it's that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that design. So
yeah. I mean, I like that design. At the same time, I think they could have gone with the bonuses that's on the gear in a different way, and simply made gear. I mean, it's a mix because I get why okay, well it's gear, so it's this should have the bonuses, but then at the same time they could have just worked the bonuses in another way.
Yeah, they didn't necessarily have to attach it to gear.
It doesn't have to be attached to gear. The problem with it being attached to gear is kind of well, if it's attached to gear, then you want to change the look.
Yeah, if you want to change your appearance, you have to find a way to get all the skills on it then.
Rebuild, yeah. So it's that kind of sucks. But then again, I mean, if you plan enough, then it obviously sounds like it'll come.
It's better than the direction that Smash Brothers took with equipment, where you're just waiting until you get stuff with what you want on it.
Oh, that's
I didn't like that. I mean, equipment was worthless in Smash Brothers anyway, so it was kind of irrelevant. But I'm not a fan of that roll the dice design when it comes to that stuff.
No, not at all.
So yeah, I think they came up with a good solution there, where that's not going to be painful to deal with or anything.
No, it's not going to be painful, and I do like that. I considering what was said there in terms of future content. I think that I can't think of anything that they would do for paid DLC in the future, because it sounded like everything's coming as free content updates.
Yeah, I can't really see what they would do for paid,
like
because
everything
it's
was coming. So it's like you're throwing in stages, you're throwing in game modes, you're throwing in, you know what I mean? So you're throwing in weapons and stuff.
Yeah,
and
due to the
so it's like,
nature
what
of the game, the
could
only thing I
be-
could see them doing is like if they wanted to introduce another weapon class, they could have that as paid
That's true.
DLC. But it's like if they wanted to like,
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Another weapon class. Yes, I can see that as paid DLC, but at the same time,
well, it's about the equivalent of buying a character for Smash Brothers. Is my point. If,
that's
if
true.
they
But
just
it depends
introduce
on
like,
how balanced it is. That's
yeah,
the thing. It has to be reasonably balanced, otherwise it could be pay to win.
but well,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I think that's why that's the only way it could work. I think if
Yeah.
they introduced like just a shooter type gun that was like just happened to be a little bit better than the other ones, like you're already entering that dangerous territory
That's
of
true.
pay to win, and I
Yeah.
think they're pretty wary of that.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, I
they're
think so.
knowing to watch out for that so that they don't do it.
Yeah. I could see possibly future Amiibo adding more stuff through Amiibo.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed they didn't add gear based
Although I
off of like the Smash Brothers amiibo or something, so you could scan them and get gear.
Yeah, maybe they will. I don't know.
That
I
was
do.
something I was expecting them to do because I thought
Right.
that was pretty predictable. Like that just made sense.
I do actually like the fact that the challenges are different based per amiibo, because that way there's actually you don't need to have all three amiibo, but then there is a reason to have all three amiibo if you do.
Right.
Because then, okay, you get to play all the challenges, you know? So it's like, that's cool. Instead of just, oh, I bought the 3 amiibo pack, you know, because I bought the 3 amiibo pack, but
Right.
I don't need to ever scan one, because it's the same thing no matter which one, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I like that there's the difference there. Those costumes for Smash, that's probably going to be eventually available as actual
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
DLC.
That might
It's
be
Smash. So
like the
don't
next
think
the
it's
next
worth
pack
it.
of me skins they do. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll have all of them,
Yeah, I
or
think
they'll
so.
include those with those. Maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Mostly because I mean, I
The
haven't
thing
gone.
is to
I haven't
pre-order
gone to
at
look yet,
GameStop
but
is
like,
terrible.
yeah, not only pre-order, but at freaking GameStop of all
Yeah.
places, and then you have other countries. Where are they going to get it then?
Right.
So yeah, I think it's like, what about the people that want to just buy it digitally? So
Right,
they're
yeah.
just
Yeah, what about
SOL
all the
there.
people who are just buying it digital? All the people who are buying it elsewhere? You know, so it's like, yeah, I think we've seen from Nintendo that DLC like that, well, not DLC like that, but, well, pre-order DLC like that is usually eventually available.
Yeah,
It may
but
take
then
a while.
again, it's a skin for the freaking Gunners, and I never play Gunners because they're like my least favorite of the Mii's.
Right.
So it's kind of like I
At the
never
same
even
time.
I loved the Mega Man ones, but I never bought them because I never play Gunners.
Yeah.
I barely even play Brawlers and Sword Fighters.
So I mean, at least it is such a small thing that it's not going to make me go to GameStop right now.
I'm just worried that it kills their chances for adding Inklings in as actual fighters.
Yeah, that's my only thought there. I don't think it really does, because I mean, we do have. I mean, don't we have Mega Man skins? Right, we have Mega Man skins for it, and he's in the game, obviously.
Well, yeah, but they're characters other than Mega Man.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
It's tough to say.
it's tough to say.
I think they still have enough there that they could make them
Right.
a unique fighter.
Yeah, I think that they certainly could. There's plenty that they could do.
It might come down to the ballot, I guess. I guess if people are saying,
It could come
Hey,
down to the
put 'em
ballot.
in.
I think it could also come down to how successful Splatoon is.
yeah.
If Splatoon is really successful...
Well, honestly,
And-
putting them in Smash would just help each other.
Exactly, that's true too.
So I wouldn't even worry about how successful it's going to be because that can only help.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but then, like, if it's... My point being is, depending upon how successful it is, they would see it as, oh, okay, people really had a great response to this, so, yeah, we could maybe create something and put it into Smash. You know,
Right.
that might be the way like they would look at it.
Alright, well, that was a pretty good balance of... Like, they did rehash some information that we've already known, but there's a good amount of
There's a good amount of
new
news.
stuff, too. Then again, I haven't been following the game that closely, because it's one of those, like, when I get to a certain point with games where I'm like, okay, I'm absolutely going to buy this, I kind of stop reading about it.
Yeah,
Because then I figure I'll figure it out for myself when the time comes.
right.
So the only thing I'm gonna, as soon as I hit stop record here, I'm gonna go look at more info on this demo and figure out what's going on there.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I think that like we're at about 50 minutes. This is a good stopping point.
That's true.
And yeah, we'll be back for E3 in like
Yeah.
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
Something like that. That should be a fun ride. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.